Hey guys, so about 10 minutes ago I filmed the video you're about to see, but this is a slight introduction that I felt I needed to make after watching what I just filmed. So I'm filming on my phone right now, which is not the best quality or audio quality, I'm aware of that, but the reason I did this is because I felt like it was just the easiest way. I'm in a place in my life right now where I'm really not wanting to do complicated, and I'm having to reassess a lot of things in my life, and I want to continue making YouTube videos. I don't want to take a break or anything, but at the same time I don't have the time and energy to make these extravagant videos. So I think I'm going to go back to the basics of YouTube and film on my phone. And I feel like here lately with my booktube channel and YouTube channel, like I changed it from Obsessed Reader to Simply Emily's Mind, and I've just felt really like pressured to do a certain thing, and I get frustrated with myself when I don't do what I say I'm gonna do, like all these videos I promised, and I'm just really kind of getting burnt out on booktube and kind of YouTube in general. And so I'm wanting to go back to how it used to be for me, because I made videos strictly just to talk about books with you guys. That's the only reason I did it. And now I feel like I've become such a perfectionist about audio and lighting, and then it doesn't even turn out to look like I'm working as hard as I am on it, and I just get frustrated, and it's like an endless cycle. So I wanted to just, it's really refreshing to just do a video on my phone and not care about the lighting being perfect and the video quality and the audio quality. And yeah, so this has been a 2-minute long introduction. Wow, words, what are they? And I'm not going to do a lot of heavy editing either, so you're going to see me mess up, and I hope you guys are okay with this. And some people might not be, but whatever, because this is what I want to do, and it's made me remember what it used to be like when I started booktube 4.5 or 5 years ago. It was really different then, and I feel like I'm kind of going back to my roots, and I'm enjoying it. So hopefully you guys like this video. It isn't perfect. In fact, it's so imperfect it's ridiculous, but a part of me is like, no, don't upload it, it's so bad. But the other part of me is like, shut up, because I want to do it this way. And at the end I run out of room on my phone and it just cuts off. So I'm gonna say right now, I'm sorry, but it got everything I wanted to say about the books, so I'm just gonna end it there. I wanted to talk about that a little bit before I got into the video, so now we'll go ahead and get into that, and I'll stop making this video even longer. So yeah, I'll see you in a second. I'll look different, but we'll talk about some books. Today I'm going to be doing a recently read video, and this is probably what I've read since about February, so I've got kind of a lot of catching up to do. First we have Liar and Spy, which is by Rebecca Steed, and it's making everything really orange, so I'm just going to show you the book. This is what it looks like, and then I'm going to put it down. So this is about a boy who ends up moving into a new apartment complex and kind of makes a friend, a very unusual friend there, and it's about their friendship, but it's also about kind of the main character's home life. And that sounds pretty boring, but it's an interesting book, trust me. I really enjoyed this. I ended up giving it a 3 stars, although when I very first finished it I wanted to give it 5, so mainly just because of the emotions that I was feeling. So her books tend to be pretty emotional and really get you in the feels, so this book definitely accomplished that. But the more I thought about it, it just wasn't a 5-star book for me, but it was still really good and enjoyable and a really great kind of middle grade read, so I liked it a lot. Then I read a graphic memoir called Can't We Talk About Something More Pleasant? This is by Roz Chast, and I do want to show you the artwork really quick before I put it down. So it's this really cool, very cartoony, sketchy type look. Did that make sense? I'm not good with describing art. I'm not an art person, okay? But yeah, so this is what it looks like. This is about a woman whose older parents are, I'm a little off my game today, so I apologize. But anyways, her parents are old and dying, but dying is a topic that her family members do not like to discuss. They like to avoid that topic, which makes it pretty hard on Roz because they haven't really planned for it. And so when her parents' deaths come, she doesn't really know what to do and how to handle it. And it was really good, surprisingly really funny, and it's something I could definitely relate to, not necessarily with my parents, but other family members. And it's just a fun read, and I laughed multiple times, and it was like, okay, I really want to read other things by Roz Chast. So I don't know if there's anything else that she has done, but I absolutely adored this. I'm a big fan of graphic memoirs, I've realized, so that was a really good one. Then I read Mike's Place, and this is a graphic novel, which is a true story. It's a true story. Oh man, this is about a director who goes to Israel and decides to make a documentary about this bar called Mike's Place. And while filming there, a suicide bombing takes place, and it's very interesting. And I really want to see the documentary now, which I think is called Blues by the Beach, but I want to check on that. Yes, Blues by the Beach. So I really want to see that documentary now. This was a really good read. I thought the artwork was pretty interesting. It's not anything crazy, but it's black and white, and it's nice. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I gave that I haven't been giving you star ratings. Isn't that nice? But I gave this one, I think, a 3 stars. So, and then I gave this one a 4.5, maybe even 5. I don't even know. Okay, then I read a comic series, I guess you would call it a comic series, graphic novel, again, I don't know, by a bunch of different people. These people over the top. So we have volume 1, Mind the Gap, volume 2, and volume 3, and then there's also issues number 17 and 18, which I read on my Kindle. So I give this series overall probably a 3 stars. Because the series is not actually finished, but I would give the first volume by itself a 5 stars because I loved it. It's so interesting. It's about this girl who goes into a coma. That's the word I'm looking for. And she basically finds out that while in this coma, she goes to this like spiritual place, but she can slip in and out of other people's bodies in the same hospital. And so it's just this whole big mystery of like why she can do that, and she can't remember what happened to her to cause her to be in a coma, and so she's trying to figure that out. And it's just really, really interesting. So much going on, a very intricate, crazy storyline. So yes, I really liked these. I just wish the series was finished. I don't know if it's ever going to be finished because it's been years since the last issue, and there's no talk of another one. I'm just so confused. I don't understand why it's not finished because it's amazing. I'll show you the artwork on this as well. This is the first volume. I don't want to like spoil anything for you, but I love the artwork on this one. It's really nice. So I highly suggest this series even though it's not finished. So if that will really bug you, then don't read it, but it's really good. Then I read a short story collection called The Thing Around Your Neck by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, and I adored this. I have read a few short story collections and I seem to always struggle with them, but not the case with this one. I loved it so much. I gave it a full 5 stars. Every single story was just so, it drew me in and it was powerful. Because the thing with short stories is like they're short, so it's hard to, I don't know, to get it right, I guess, in a short story. But Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie definitely got it right every single time. I loved this. I can't wait to read her full-length novels. Please read this book. It's just, I love reading books that have to do with cultures other than my own, and this collection has to do with African culture and African people either coming to America or there's some kind of tie to America and Africa in each story. So it's just really, really good. Please read it. Okay. Then I read a graphic novel called Here by Richard McGuire, and this one's pretty cool. I've never read anything like this. So here's just a glimpse at the artwork, which that might look confusing. This book is mostly pictures. There's very little dialogue, but as you can see, there's these little bubbles of people talking every now and then. But okay, so this book is about one corner of a room throughout all periods of time. So here you have this whole section, which is 1623, before the house is even built. Then you have a little glimpse of hair in my eye, 1957. And you get all these different looks and different years, usually on the same page. So this is 1986 and this is 1609. And it's just so interesting to flip through and see all the different things happening in this one corner of this one house. And I just loved it. I thought it was so unique, and it's such a fast read. I mean, I sat down and read it in probably 20 minutes. So I thought it was really nice, and it's definitely something I would recommend checking out. Then I read Remember Me by Sophie Kinsella, and again, it's changing the color, so I'm just going to show you it and then put it down. This is my second Sophie Kinsella book, but it's my first adult book by her, and I adored it. It's just, you know, it's just fun. It's light and like a really good beach read. Not that I read it on the beach, I wish I did, but yeah, it's about a woman who wakes up after being in a coma. It's the second time I've mentioned a coma. And she can't remember the past 3 years of her life, but her life kind of appears perfect to her. She's got the perfect job, the perfect husband, her body is better than it used to be, and she thinks everything's amazing. But then she, you know, as she starts to learn things about her life, she realizes it's not all perfect. And like I said, it's just so much fun. I highly enjoyed pretty much everything about it. The characters, the storyline, it's just a lot of fun. So definitely check it out if it sounds interesting. If you've never read a Sophie Kinsella book, I think it's a good one to start with, and I liked it a lot. I've heard a lot of people say it's one of their favorite Sophie Kinsellas, so glad I started with that one. Then we have Silk Umbrellas by Carolyn Marsden, and I absolutely adored this, so I'll let you look at the cover there. And it's got a library stickers and stuff on it, but I actually bought it at the Goodwill, so I do own that one. This one is about a young girl in... it's been a while since I read it. I believe it's Thailand. Yes, I believe it is. And it's just about her family living and making a living, I should say, in Thailand, and kind of them struggling. Her older sister has to go to a factory to work to make money for the family, and she starts getting really scared that she's going to have to go work there. She feels like that would just crush her soul. She's a very free spirit. And she grows very close to her grandmother, who paints silk umbrellas for a living, and she takes an interest in that. And it's just such a wonderful book, so culturally diverse, and I feel like, especially for younger readers, because that's who it's meant for, but as a 22-year-old, I enjoyed every second of it. But I think it's such a great book for young readers, and it would be important for them to read. And I like Carolyn Marsden because, I mean, this is the first book by her that I've read, but looking at her other books, it seems like she writes about different cultures, and I do believe she adopted a girl from Thailand, so I don't know if all of her books are about that, but it seems like she's knowledgeable about that and about that culture, and it's just fantastic. I highly recommend it, and I can't wait to read more by her. Oh, I did read another book that I forgot. I had to return it to the library, and that one was by K.A. Tucker, who's I love another series by her. What was the name of the book? He Will Be My Ruin. That's the name of it. And this one was crazy. This is about a girl who, her best friend has just died, and so she has to go kind of take care of her best friend's things. Her best friend's death was ruled a suicide, but she does not believe that it's a suicide, and so she's kind of investigating it herself, because of course the police won't help her. And it was very interesting. A lot of plot twists, it's definitely like a whodunit kind of thing, but it just keeps switching, like, who you think did it. And the end was, I mean, I kind of saw it coming, but it was still kind of a shocker. I don't really know how to explain it because I don't want to spoil anything, but it was a good book. It kept me so interested. There's a couple things that I didn't necessarily like about it, which I kind of feel that way with all of her books. It's new adult, but yet it's a mystery thriller type book, which you don't really see a lot of new adult books like that, but because of it being new adult, there's still a lot of sexual content and stuff, and sometimes I just feel like it's so overboard with that, not necessary kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I enjoyed the book, I enjoyed the story, and I would recommend it, but there are some things I didn't necessarily love. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.